What is going on, WWE fans? It is WWE at Home 219 here, back after a week of not making a video because I was at Raw last week, and I'm here to give my Raw review for March 18th, 2013. Following up what I should say was a really good show in Indianapolis last week. Raw would kick off with John Cena coming out, basically saying he has a message for the Rock fans, saying his time is now. Basically, the stuff we've been hearing. Then the primetime players would come out, basically say that they're ready for WrestleMania, and then Darren Young would challenge John Cena. Very pointless, very confusing opening segment that I'm going to give an F. Then we would see Darren Young take on John Cena, and basically we would tune in right after the commercial, and it would turn into an AA as John Cena would defeat Darren Young. I'll give it an F. Next, we would see Ryback versus David Otunga. Shell Shock wins it. What a surprise. Another F. Then after that matchup, there would be announced that Ryback would be pulled from the 3-on-3 tag match with the Shield, Randy Orton, and Sheamus, and he would have a matchup at WrestleMania 29 versus Mark Henry, which I do like. That is going to be a cool matchup of two big dudes, probably the two biggest muscle-wise in the WWE today. Then we would see Fandango take on Great Khali. No, you wouldn't. Fandango would walk away once again. So once again, another waste of our time, and I'll give it an F. Next, we would see R-Truth take on Damien Sandow. Truth hit Sandow with the lie detector, but Sandow would wisely slide out of the ring and just walk away, as he was probably expecting a loss. R-Truth gets to win via countout in a matchup that I'll give a D. Then next, we would see The Undertaker come out basically just to cut a promo. It would get interrupted by CM Punk imitating Paul Bearer's voice and saying, "Woo!" And then he would come on the Titantron basically messing around with the urn, just doing your basic CM Punk heel promo. That was pretty good for both these guys, just leading up for their matchup at WrestleMania 29, and I'll give it a B. Next matchup we would see is Primo and Epico take on Team Hell No. AJ would interrupt this match, but still, it would not distract Team Hell No, as Kane would give a choke slam to Primo, and it was an average matchup. Actually, it really wasn't that average. It was kind of boring. I'll give it a D+. Next, we'd see the World Heavyweight Champion Alberto Del Rio take on Cody Rhodes. Del Rio was basically in control early. I did notice throughout this whole Raw that the Pittsburgh crowd was absolutely terrible. It was an average matchup, but Cross Armbreaker would win it for Alberto Del Rio, but he would be attacked by Swagger after, basically just making Swagger's and Del Rio's feud prolong, as they do have a matchup at WrestleMania 29. And after that, we would see that Booker T would be inducted in the Hall of Fame. Might I say, this Hall of Fame is probably the most stacked Hall of Fame that you have. You have Mick Foley, Bruno Sammartino, Trish Stratus, Booker T, and Donald Trump, who you might not say he deserves to be in WrestleMania, but he did really, I guess you could say, help with 3 of the WrestleManias that we did have. So then we would see Randy Orton and Sheamus take on 2 members of the 3MB, basically another squash match, and RKO would win it. I'll give it an F. The Shield would come out after, but then we'd see the Big Show come out to protect Randy Orton and Sheamus. It looks like the Big Show will fill in for Ryback there, and that's, I'm guessing, a Big Show face turn that we saw in tonight's Raw. So that's interesting. The next matchup we would see is Kofi Kingston take on Mr. Money in the Bank, Dolph Ziggler. I expected a good match because these two are very explosive and quick in the ring. Ziggler caught, actually, a Trouble in Paradise. AJ distracted, and Dolph Ziggler got the zigzag for the win. The matchup, that was pretty solid. I give it a C+. And then after the matchup, Team Hell No would come out and basically just challenge Big E and Ziggler to a tag team title matchup at WrestleMania, and that is now official, as Big E and Dolph Ziggler will take on Team Hell No for the belts. And I'm expecting a pretty good matchup when those 4 collide. The next, we would see a triple threat for the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, Y2J, and Wade Barrett, the Intercontinental Champion himself. Triple threat matches are always fast-paced. The super suplex, that's really hard to say fast, was pretty cool spot before the commercial. After the commercial had picked up, it got very exciting, but Wade Barrett would steal a win, and he retains his Intercontinental Championship in a match I'll give a B. And then finally, it'd be our last segment. Triple H would come out to answer Brock Lesnar's invitation for the matchup at WrestleMania 29. Heyman would come out with security. Triple H basically saying he'll sign regardless without knowing what the stipulation is, because he wants to kick Brock Lesnar's ass. Heyman would say the winner gets, he'd be joking, saying that the winner gets Stephanie McMahon, and then joke and say that the loser should probably get her. That pissed off Triple H, and he just starts beating up on Paul Heyman and the security guards. Triple H, though, would end up signing the contract regardless of all that shenanigans. Brock would come out after the contract was signed by Triple H with a chair. The Triple H pulled out a hammer out of nowhere, and basically that just kept Brock Lesnar away. But then on the stage at the end of Raw, Heyman would basically tell us that the matchup is going to be a no-holds-bar match, and the career will be on the line for both men. So whoever loses, I'm expecting their career will be over. Raw tonight was not that exciting, not that much good wrestling going on, but the promos were alright. I'll give it an F, a 5 out of 10. Last week's Raw, I never got to tell you what I would give it, but I'd give last week's Raw an 8 out of 10, so really a downgrade from last week. So like and subscribe to my channel, guys. Follow me on Twitter at Let's Talk _WWE, and take it easy.